Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be with all of you today. I'd like you to close your eyes, clear away the distractions, and open your mind to the possible opportunities that we could create if all of us, the women in this room, came together with a collective voice and called for better women's health care delivery. It's time for us to rethink, reimagine, and reinvent women's health. Throughout history, women have been constantly evolving and improving their roles within society and the military. In 1942, Congress passed a bill which allowed women to serve with the Army in the Women's Army Auxiliary Corps. Focus on the language. It is with the Army, not in the Army. Despite the definitive language meant to limit female involvement, it was one of the first steps to gender integration in the military. I would submit that those women, maybe not collectively, but as individuals, took the time to rethink, reimagine, and reinvent what the role of women could be. Women have made countless sacrifices in service to this country in the decades since the first Auxiliary Corps. We owe it to our soldiers, sailors, airmen, coasties, Marines, and veterans to see that we are doing everything we can to improve quality of life for those who wear the cloth of this nation. It is time for us to rethink, reimagine, and reinvent the model of care for women across the VA, across the military health system, and across the country. The figures who have helped shape and change the course of history are not those who waited for an opportunity. They are those who chose to create an opportunity, who chose to seize the moment, and who took the time to introduce new ways of thinking and acting. I have always been concerned with how our nation recognizes and thanks female veterans. My father, who served in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, would always wear his veteran cap when we went out. I can still picture the way he would sit a little straighter every time someone shook his hand and thanked him for his service. He had such pride in knowing that the nation was grateful for his service, and I believe that the women who have served this country deserve to feel the same sense of pride. I don't believe it's malicious dismissal of a woman's service, but rather a lack of historical representation and the female voice. I believe confirmation bias is also involved. There is a rich history of women serving and sacrificing for this country alongside men. Yet many women are unable or unwilling to self-identify as veterans unless they've deployed or served in combat environments. I believe that this will change as the roles of women continue to expand, but women should be proud of their service and commitment to this nation, regardless of where they are called to serve. The VA has made great strides in increasing cultural awareness, and we must continue to push for and support these new and expanding opportunities to promote female veterans. It is up to us to seize these moments as they arise. The VA is already creating opportunities through internal transformation and external partnerships. It's on us to determine what impact the female veteran voice has on these endeavors. For our voice to be heard, we have to be authentic and comfortable with who we are as female service members and veterans. We belong, and we should have a hand in shaping the system we're part of, not only for ourselves, but for the generations that will follow. Once we rethink the presence of women in these ever-changing and developing roles, we can start to reimagine how we help them transition and reinvent the model of care. As more and more women commit to serve our country, it is important to remember that female veterans are the fastest growing homeless population in the United States. We should seize this opportunity to make sure research is being focused on how the transition from service member to veteran affects women. The women who have already made countless sacrifices for this country deserve a nation which prioritizes their well-being. This starts with tailored, specific research. We should push for data-driven improvements in benefits and services, and we should push for understanding driven by research tailored to female demographics and experiences. The current model of care across both VA facilities and outside providers is heavily dependent upon decades of research that focuses on male data. This disparity has led to a one-size-fits-all model of care that does not adequately address the differences in female physiology, psychology, and experience. Women are susceptible to different diseases, exhibit symptoms differently, and have different physical builds. Women deploy differently, we lead differently, we think differently. These differences should be celebrated. That's what makes our nation strong. As women, we need to come together with a united voice to identify the gaps in current thinking and to implement viable changes that address our differences. Once we learn how to account for them, we gain the potential to move from a system of responsive healthcare to predictive health. We can't separate readiness or service from the effect that they have on health and quality of life for our veterans. Reintegration is difficult enough without the added difficulties of illness or injury, and women should not have to carry the burden of avoidable health risks due to lack of research. We must account for specific female health concerns at each level in order to create the smoothest possible transition for the women who serve our country. Health is vital to the individual, vital to the family network, and vital to our nation. Health elevates us, it enables productivity, and it prepares us for the road ahead. The opportunity lies before us to move from healthcare to health. As veterans and as women, we have the potential to be momentum makers for this transition. We have the opportunity to come together in a collaborative partnership with a common theme, a common belief, and a common set of capabilities to improve our collective health in new and innovative ways. As a society, we use big data to tailor many of our daily experiences to the individual. So why not health? Imagine what could be possible if we could use big data to individualize and revolutionize the way we prevent, diagnose, and treat women's health issues. The future is recognizing early warning signs and recommending proven treatment plans as easily as companies analyze trends and recommend products. The future is integrating healthcare into our daily routines as seamlessly as wearable technologies. The future is now. The military and VA are and should continue to be on the forefront of this movement. The VA is already making a difference by supporting innovative approaches to research and healthcare. Women like Dr. Elizabeth Yano, who is conducting important research into women's veterans' health and healthcare needs, and Dr. Sonia Gabrielian, who is striving to end veteran homelessness, are already working toward a better future for our female veterans. It is this kind of innovation and passion that will ultimately lead to better quality of life. As the model of care shifts within the VA and the military as a result of these and many other trailblazing women, I believe that we will see a ripple effect that elevates and improves the model of care for women everywhere. On my last day in uniform, I had the privilege of visiting a VA facility and speaking with patients there. One woman, Miss Green, was 104 and still proudly telling the story of her service to her country in World War II. I carry her story with me as a source of inspiration and motivation, and I know that she is one of many inspiring women who have served this nation. I encourage each of you to be proud of your service. This world needs more strong and inspiring women to share their stories. History is full of stories of individuals, groups, and movements whose actions have had a ripple effect across our nation, which changed the course of history. I'd like you to think about the talent in this room and the possible opportunities we could create if we connected our collective capabilities, our knowledge, our expertise, and our influence to improve women's health. If we all come together, we can weave a strong web of passion and determination that will allow us to successfully reshape how care is delivered to women who have worn, are wearing, and will wear the cloth of our nation. They deserve nothing less than tailored, gender-specific precision health care. Women in history did not wait for an opportunity. They built their own through hard work and determination. Women created the way for change because they dared to rethink, they dared to reimagine, and they dared to reinvent. We stand on the shoulders of the brave women who came before us, and we should be proud to offer our own shoulders to the next generation. If we embrace the opportunities before us, we can leave behind a legacy of commitment and service, as well as one of health and wellness. I would like everyone to please stand and join me now. Connect hands with those on your left and your right. We stand together now with one voice to say, rethink, reimagine, reinvent. Thank you. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless the United States of America.